I've smoked before. My dealer's name is Ecstasy, West End, Yaba. I get there 5 a.m. every day.
Hi all, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I share 5 things about Pastor Dolapo that you probably never knew about. Enjoy. Number 1. He was born a Muslim. Pastor Dolapo Lawal, popularly known as Pidgey, was born on the 13th of November to a Muslim father and a Christian mother. His parents were separated, so he grew up with his grandmom, who was also a Muslim. Despite the separation of his parents, his dad still ensured that he and his siblings had their basic needs met, but they lacked the fatherly care. So as he grew up, he began to mix up with the wrong crowd. He became a bad child.
I've smoked before. I've smoked with weed before. I've smoked SK before. I've cooked it with beans before. I've cooked it with Indomie before. Yes. My dealer's name is Ecstasy, West End, Yaba. Go and ask of me. They know me there. I get there 5 a.m. every day. When I smoke till 6, then I enter studio and I continue another series. I have songs of bomb size. You don't want to know. Just forget. I'm holy. Amen.
Number 2, he became born again while sleeping in a church.
When I gave my life to Christ, my parents didn't mind. Even though they were Muslims, they did not mind because I was a very bad child. So anything that will get me to change, if it's Jesus, anything, let him just change. I'll wake up by 6 a.m. in the morning in around Yaba. There's somewhere called West End. That's where we used to go and smoke. 6 a.m. I will go there in the morning. It was my ritual. One day I went out. In fact, that's how I gave my life to Christ. I drank, came back by 3 a.m. Young boy, my mom told me, go back to where you're coming from.
So he shamelessly walked away from the house. While he was looking for where he would just sit down and lay his head, he saw a church open. They were doing a night vigil. So he walked into the church. He went to the back seat of the church just so that he can sit down and sleep. While he was dozing off on one of the chairs, he heard noise of chairs falling on the floor. So he was startled. He opened his eyes and started looking at what they were doing in his front. So he couldn't even sleep again. He just stayed awake. And while he was listening to the pastor said, there's someone here. You want to join us, you're feeling restless, come out now. He knew that the pastor was talking about him, but he didn't go out at the time. After the service finished, he now went to go and meet the pastor. The pastor led him to Christ, and the pastor also walked him back home. In the evening of that same day that he gave his life to Christ, by around 6 p.m., the pastor came to visit him and he gifted him a Bible. He said he became so hungry for God that within 9 days of being gifted that Bible, he finished reading the entire Bible. He said 3 days after he gave his life to Christ, he began to speak in tongues. 1 month after he gave his life to Christ, he began to pray for the sick and they were getting healed. Number 3, Pastor Dolapo's ministry journey. Pastor Dolapo is the lead pastor of Zoe Household Church. The church is headquartered in Atlanta, USA, but he has branches in Nigeria. Before he began Zoe Household Church, the first church he pastored in Maryland, USA was closed down. Pastor Dolapo said the church was closed down because God didn't send him, he sent himself. He said at the time he was very ambitious with ministry. He had not even stayed up to 6 months in the US when he started the church. So when the church closed down, he went to God to pray. And God told him that he was fighting with the spirit of Jezebel. He said the spirit of Jezebel is a spirit that attacks mostly anointed men of God. So the root of the spirit of Jezebel in his life at that time was desire for attention. So he had to take 1 year and 6 months to pray and work on himself. After 1 year and 6 months, God then gave him the go-ahead to start Zoe Household Church. And that's the church that he's currently pastoring. They've been waxing strong since then till now. Number 4, how he met his wife. Pastor Dolapo said the first day he met his wife was the day she came to meet him for counseling after a program that he had. She had come to tell him that the prophet said a particular man was her husband, but she didn't like the man, so he advised her. Afterwards, he met her on 3 different occasions, volunteering in Christian programs. When he went for a program in New York, he met his wife there. She was a volunteer. He went for another program in Georgia. He also met his wife there. She was also a volunteer. He went for a program in Atlanta. He met her there. She was a volunteer. He said each time that he saw her, she would always be on his mind. So he decided to act on it. He said God never told him that she was his wife. But since he kept on thinking about her, he decided to get to know her better. On the day that he decided that he was going to reach out to her, he went to her Instagram page and saw her dancing in a video that she had uploaded, indicating that she was at a concert. He just ignored it and dropped a message for her that he would like to see her and she should make out time to meet up with him the next day. So she met up with him the very next day. And while they were talking, he discovered that the concert she went to, she did that in rebellion because I'd been dating a guy for years and this guy was almost graduating from the university when they would now start planning to think of settling down. And then all of a sudden he broke up with her and went on to date someone else. So she felt cheated, she felt bad, and she felt like she's been serving God all the while and God allowed this kind of thing to happen to her, not knowing that God was actually preparing her for someone better. Pastor Dolapo told her that why he reached out to her was not because she went for the concert. He reached out to her because he liked her and he wanted to get to know her better. So they started communicating frequently. Pastor Dolapo said he would talk to her for 8 hours daily because at that time, the both of them were not working. He was already a pastor for over 6 years then when he started dating her. They dated for a while and got married traditionally in December 2022. Their marriage is blessed with a boy and a girl. Number 5, his biggest secrets. During a ministration a few months ago, Pastor Dolapo shared that his biggest secret in life is confession. He said his life changed the minute he began to confess.
I think this is the biggest secret of my life. Honestly, my life changed when I started doing confession. I'm showing you the secret of my life. How many of you know that last year, I didn't even have up to 10,000 followers on my social media? I'm going to Nigeria now. I can't walk anywhere and somebody doesn't know. They didn't know me before. There are places I went to in Nigeria. Churches, I've been there before. They say, oh, thank you. This is your first time of coming. I said, I've been here like 3 times. But if they can't recognize you, you have not come. You are Bugberu. Bugberu means crowd. When I started this confession, as many that see videos and hear about this way household, they are drawn to the church. People message me, I'm just drawn to your message because you don't shout. What do you call that thing? There is a back end working. It's called favor. And that favor is propelled because I'm making confession. I'm giving you the secret of my life. I wish I wasn't streaming. This is what I have seen that changed my life. Confession. That mountain is not that big. You have not talked it down.
So there you have it, my loves. 5 things about Pastor Dolapo Lawal that most of you never knew about. Which one of these 5 things surprised you the most? Drop your comments in the comment section. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends and loved ones. My name is Charity Lawrence and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye.